Hey, this is Dena Burton. Today we're talking with Chris Voss about important things like negotiation and your girlfriend.
Very important.
Can I ask to hear one of my favorite stories that I've heard you tell when I've gone to your speaking engagements? Because I've gone to like 2, been invited to 200, but I really got a much better understanding of what you did in your past life from the Haitian kidnappers.
So before the earthquake in Haiti, Haiti is a revolving door of kidnappings. I mean, they're
Why?
Bad guys because it's a great way to make a living. You know, kidnapping to us is a horrific thing. To the bad guys, it's a day at the office, which is key to all negotiation. Doesn't matter how you see it, it matters how the other side sees it. You can't win if you don't understand their perspective. And to them, it's a commodities deal. The commodity happens to be human beings.
Wow.
And any environment that kidnapping gets started, I mean, like Mexican drug gangs have switched over to kidnapping full time because it's an easier product to handle and it's very lucrative. And you know, if you're dealing drugs, you got a real problem. You have to protect yourself from other drug dealing gangs because they're going to try and rip you off and take your product. It's highly transportable. It's harder to take a human being away. So it's an easier product to guard. I mean, there are a lot of ridiculous reasons.
Okay.
But it's understanding it. The business model in Haiti at the time, before the earthquake, is it's a great business model. It's one of the most simplistic and effective models I ever saw. Carjack a car with more than one person in it.
Okay.
And you take the car and one of the people and you let the other person go.
So they can tell what happened?
They can tell, exactly right. You don't have to worry about notifications. They knew each other well enough to be in a car at the same time. The person's gonna go running back to the family and say, hey, guess what happened to your brother and the car? So notification happens right away. Second aspect of the business model is the screening device, if you will. Haiti's a very poor country. If they got enough money for a car, they got money for ransom. They got money for a car and gas, they got money for ransom.
Wow.
So you're grabbing someone who's going to be able to come up with some money. And they're probably doing better than anybody else because they got a car. And then the last point of that, which makes it a great business model, is if you grab the one person in that family that everybody hates, you have a car. You still got a car.
Okay.
I mean, it just
upside,
keeps working.
if you will.
The
upside, if you will. We needed a car. Okay.
So Americans are getting grabbed on a regular basis because the bad guys don't realize they're grabbing Americans, they're grabbing dual nationals.
Okay.
Haitian ethnicity. Mom was smart enough to find her way onto American soil when a child was born, so upon birth, they're given the gift of American citizenship, which is an enormously valuable attribute to have. And it's a smart move, and you can't blame Haitian moms for knocking themselves out to get into the country legally or illegally so the children to be citizens. So in this case, 12-year-old boy, American citizen, dad's not an American citizen. But he knows that his son, being an American citizen, he's entitled to help from the U.S. government. So he goes to the embassy and says, my son's been, he's a 12-year-old American citizen, he's been kidnapped. And they say, the FBI's gonna help you. So I can only imagine what went through his face when he was told the FBI was gonna help you. Yeah, I mean, I think he probably thought that, you know, suddenly there'd be helicopters.
Choppers coming.
Ninjas rappelling out of the helicopters and they hear a knock on a door and Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones are standing there, you know, with their neuralizer, you know, Men in Black.
Sure, I got that. Okay.
So anyway, whatever went through his head, instead of seeing ninjas 15 minutes later, he gets a call from some guy in Washington, D.C. named Chris Voss, who says he's going to help him with the kidnapping. And he literally says to me on the phone, you're in Washington, D.C., how you going to help me? And I know from his tone of voice and everything else that I probably have 7 seconds before he hangs up the phone. But I got this one. I know how to do this. I don't trot out my resume. Worst thing you could do to somebody who's under stress is try to impress them with your resume. And I found that out the hard way because when I would be overseas and try to trot out my resume, people would go like, we don't care, go away, we've never seen you. But what the other person needs to know is, do you understand? So what I said to this guy was, all right, so here's the deal. Haitian kidnappers are not killing kidnap victims these days. I know that's really stupid because they kill each other at the drop of a hat, but they're not killing kidnap victims for whatever reason. Now today is Thursday, and Haitian kidnappers love to party on Saturday night. So if you follow the things that I want you to do, and you take the guidance that I'll give you, we'll have your son out by late Friday, early Saturday morning. And he says to me on the phone, tell me what you want me to do. And we had his son out Saturday morning.